welcome in, first and foremost. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It is going to be an emotional night. And I'm going to do the only thing that I can do is be honest. I'm going to start off tonight by saying a couple of things. One, right up until the last minute before I was starting this stream, I was on the phone. That's why I was delayed starting the stream, so I apologise for that. Secondly, we're all going to look at this situation through our own unique perspective and our own unique eyes. And there is no right or wrong way to feel about the Trent situation. So all that we can do is speak our own truths. All going to do it tonight. I expect you guys to do the same. But what I want to say is, please be respectful of each other, of differing opinions, and we'll try to understand the situation as best as we can. I'm going to speak from the heart, as I always do. And if anybody wants to have a pop at me, fuck off. Let me get that out of the way first and foremost, because you don't get to watch a video like the Trent one earlier on and moan at me in the comments when it's very clear what the video's about. So let's start off with that. If you see a video that you don't like, don't watch it. Don't jump into the comments moaning at me, particularly if you've been a friend of mine for 6 or 7 years and you want to stab me in the back, as some have in the comments. It's not going to end well. So I'm going to say that. And 2025 is going to be the year of me telling it like it is. And if people respect that, I'm greatly appreciative. If they don't respect it, they know where the door is and nobody's forced them to be here. So let me just say that for a start. Let's get into the situation around Trent. And before I do, I just want to quickly read out a couple of super chats and a message because people have spent their hard-earned money and I don't want to forget about them because I likely will. Call me reactionary, but 2024 is coming to an end. Where's the comment? 2024 is coming to an end. I ain't taking this stuff forward. Trent can go. He can take Edwards and Hughes with him. FSG can do one. I'm beyond angry now. Can't deal with it. Thank you for that, Charlie. And look, like I said, I'm not going to tell you tonight that you're right or wrong because there is no right or wrong. It is how you read and feel about the situation. So all I'll ask you is to be respectful of each other. Next one up, and then I'm going to get into all my stuff, but I need to just bring some of these comments up on screen. Happy New Year to you and the family. David, thank you. Same to you and your family, sir, and same to all of you tonight and your families. Does us rejecting an offer suggest he might stay? I'll answer that for you in a moment, my man. And Suleiman Khan said, FSG out, get 3 world-class players, no signatures. Thank you. And Nessie, thank you for gifting 5 Anfield Agenda memberships. So, let me get this off my chest. This is how I feel. This situation with Trent, I've warned all the way through that if you're somebody that thinks Trent's keeping things private because he wants to be respectful, that's fine. I've never been that guy. I've looked at this situation the whole way through and I've thought Trent wanted out. And like the phrase that I always bring to the chat, I think he wants jam on both sides of his bread. He wants the adulation and all the marketing ability that comes with being the local boy who wants to captain the club and do well. But he also wants the privacy to be able to string people along and not give an answer. You cannot have those two things, in my opinion. Trent can do what he wants with his career. It's up to him. But what I've always said and what I've consistently said in my 6 years on this channel is I do not like football fans being taken for idiots. It's the thing that drives me crazy. And Trent has taken us for idiots. Even if he stays, he's taken us for idiots. This isn't about wanting to stay silent. This is about wanting to have every avenue open for you. And that's okay. But we don't get to be told by the happy clappers and other people not to feel a little bit aggrieved by the fact that Trent is staying silent. I've said all the way through, it doesn't take much to nip this in the bud and come out and say, I want to stay. But he's never said it. And that is very clear to me that he hasn't wanted to stay. I've never felt he was going to stay. I've always felt he's going to leave. Now, we don't know how this plays out yet. But all I can say to you is, as a fan right now watching this, he's tarnished his reputation for me as a Liverpool fan. I'm quite frankly fucking sick of it and the arrogance involved with it. But I'm most annoyed about being dragged along and taken for a fool and tried to make out like this has only ever been about trying to do things respectfully in the right way. That is dog shit. And if you believe that, as I've said, that's on you. You are free to have your own belief systems and look at this through your own eyes. but I can't hold it back anymore. This football club, like I've warned for a long time, is in a perilous place because of these owners. So we can be angry about Trent, if you want. But we should also be angry about the club letting it get to this point with 3 different players. And I've always said to you, I get the feeling that the club are wanting to pull on the heartstrings and save money by doing that. So everybody wanted to give Trent the space to make the decision after Jurgen. They did. He made the decision. Hasn't communicated it, but he made it. Now we're all just sitting here like clowns as Real Madrid come to Liverpool today with an offer. Now, I'm going to read you various comments over the next 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get into the chat. But I want to give you just a little flavour of all the things that have been written and posted today by former players, by fan accounts, by journalists, and then see how you feel about this situation. And remember, all of this could be put to bed with a tweet, with one sentence, which he refuses to do. So let's see how the day pans out, shall we? So first of all, we get the news from The Athletic and many others that we don't know what way this is going. Then it gets a little bit different. Then we get the offer coming in. Real Madrid have asked Liverpool if they will consider selling Trent in January. They've been told no. So that's the answer from Liverpool. No interest in selling in January. But why would you ask if you hadn't got any type of inclination that the player wants to go? Don't be naive about this. Don't think that Trent's sitting at home playing his Xbox or his PlayStation and doesn't know that Real Madrid want to sign him and doesn't know the parameters of a deal that Real Madrid would want to put to him. He does. And he also knows that by staying silent, he hasn't committed to anything. And that, my friends, is a cowardly move. That, my friends, is what takes you from being a legend into being another fucking also-ran, another Michael Owen, another Steve McManaman, another somebody that uses the adulation of the fans when it suits you, but then doesn't have the same respect, to be honest, with the fans when it comes time to speak it out. And that's where I am with this. Trent hasn't had the decency to be upfront and honest. He's been cowardly and he sat at home, allowed this situation to play out and hoped that Real Madrid gave him a get out with jail free card. You don't need to take my word for that. Former players are coming out and saying exactly that. Then Paul Joy said Liverpool emphatically rebuff any approach from Real Madrid to sign Trent in January. Paul Joy said Liverpool's stance appears to kill off Trent leaving in January as an option, although there remains the prospect that the England international moving in the summer. Then we had Lewis Steele saying Liverpool trying hard to extend Trent's deal and have had no indication that the player wants to leave. So they've no indication Trent wants to leave. They don't know that he wants to stay. Let's read between the lines a little bit on this one. Then we have Chris Bascom again saying Liverpool insists Trent Alexander-Arnold has expressed no desire to leave the club. However, many will consider it unfeasible that the Madrid approach has been made without the awareness of the homegrown player. Because it won't have been. Of course he knows about it. This one from David Ornstein. Real Madrid approached Liverpool to sign Trent. No offer made, but Madrid are willing to pay for the 26-year-old. Rebuffed immediately. No figures discussed. Plan will be to talk with the right-backs camp soon. On top of that, we've got Michael Owen, who's come out and said the very fact that Real Madrid have now made their intentions clear towards signing Trent Alexander-Arnold leads me to believe that it's only a matter of time before he signs for them. If he was going to sign a contract extension, Real Madrid wouldn't have officially made their move. Secretive talks will have taken place. See the word secretive there? That tells you everything you need to know. That's the loyalty. That's the respect that you're getting as a fan from the player that some people still want to hold up and think has done nothing wrong. Very naive. Jamie Carragher has come out then and said the most important thing for Liverpool in 2025 is winning the Premier League. No one's contract or future should come in the way of that. I love Trent as a lad and as a player, but his team would have told Real Madrid to bid and also would have known Liverpool would turn it down. It's to try and cover themselves when he leaves on a free. Again, it's something the club fans don't need with a huge game coming up. So I don't know what else to say to you folks, but every avenue, every single column inch suggests he's off. And if it was all so untrue, and if all this was to the media, Guess how easy it is to stop it? Very. One sentence, but you haven't heard that sentence. And why do you think that might be? Because he's playing everybody. That's why. Don't like to hear it. You don't like me saying it, but I'm calling it like it is. He's done this intentionally the entire way along and strung Liverpool's fans along. I'm sorry, but that's how I see it. Remember, this is my view of it. You guys, feel free to let me know yours.